cyber and security. So can we start from the known to the unknown? Security is something we all know. Can someone tell me what is security? In a layman's perspective, however you understand it, please share. What is security?
My layman's view, security means being free from harm or being sure that whatever you do, you will not be destroyed by somebody's action.
Thank you very much, Mommy. Anybody to add to it? When we say security, what do we mean? May I ask, why do we build walls around our homes? Why? Why do we build walls? Why do we wall our properties?
Please, for safety.
Any other? Protection. Okay. We want the session to be very active and interactive. So we build walls because we want to be safe and we want to be protected. So it's the same way with cybersecurity as well. Security is just protecting yourself from harm. As Mommy said, so that nothing bad, nobody can cause you harm and nothing bad happens to you. That is security. When we talk about cyber has to do with all these digital devices that we have, computers connected together. It's cyber, and we use the internet. So that is cyber. All devices that we connect to the internet is cyber. So cyber security is put together, means we are trying to protect ourselves from what these devices do on the internet, the harm they can cause to us. So reading from here, I would say that, so putting the two terms together, cybersecurity together is defined as the way of protecting user data from malicious attacks. You believe that, or you agree with me, that these are our devices. We use them to do a lot of things. We share our photos, we share videos and everything. Now, the next part I want to go to is what are the types of cybersecurity threats. So I omitted the threat, so let's add it. So what is a threat? A threat is anything that poses danger to us. I'm bringing it down to layman's term. We are not going to talk about any jargons. We all want to understand so that we know why it is necessary for us to protect ourselves. So the threats that we have are classified into 5. When we say a malware, it's any software that we install or can be put onto our machines to cause us malicious attacks, and it is designed to damage us, to gain access to information, confidential information about you. Those are the malwares. Sometimes you see on your WhatsApp somebody you don't know, or even maybe somebody you know, a link will come. Free trip to Dubai on Emirates. Click this link to access. And you've seen free, you've seen Dubai. It's something you want to experience. So quickly you click on it. Then they will ask you 4 questions. Your name, your phone number, if you are not smart, account details, password. Then you give all of that out. The moment you click on submit, it's gone. The attacker has all these details about you and can easily have access to your account and wipe your account dry. So this is how dangerous this phone and being on social network S. I know that our kids, most of them are on WhatsApp, they are on Facebook, they are on TikTok. And there are some of the sites, it asks you for a year of birth because you should be an adult in order to access those sites. But they lie. They will use maybe their elder brother or sister's birth date and then create a profile in their name, and they are on the internet and they are doing all that, it's not good for them. We move to ransomware. Ransomware mostly will affect the corporate institutions. So in our workplaces, for example, your corporate email address, somebody can fake or might have been following your boss or might have studied the trend of the way you send mails. So you get an email from purporting to be coming from your boss that you should click on this link and update maybe a report or something for me. You don't take critical look at the address because it looks almost the same as your company name. But sometimes when you take a close look, maybe the .com, it's comma, com. Maybe if it's, let's say, PIWC atomic, the I will not come in the atomic, but it's registered in our mind. The moment you see PIWC, you assume the next thing that will follow will be atomic. So you click on the link. And by clicking that, you see the malware that I talked about, that are software that are designed and are downloaded onto your machine unknowingly. The moment you click on that link, most of the time it is laced with some codes. Then the code will run on your computer. And by the time you say, Jack, your machine is frozen. Then you call IT. I can't print. I can't access my machine. My mouse is not moving. Everything is frozen. By the time they come to you to help you resolve the issue, the malware or the software that you run on your machine has taken over all the systems in the bank, and nobody else, or in your workplace, and nobody else can have access to anything. Now a screen will be displayed on your machine that you have been attacked by a ransomware. Pay so and so amount to have access to your data. Now those of us who work in the financial institution, we know that information is very critical. Data is supposed to be kept confidential, and if it lands in the hands of unauthorized people, we are doomed as an institution. Reputational damage is the first thing that you will suffer, and people will know that you are not secured, and therefore they wouldn't like to do business with you. So in our corporate environments, let's be very careful of the emails that we click on. Let's not just be click happy. Anything you see you want to click. A friend just called me over the weekend. He said, I went to a site to purchase an item. After clicking on the button, a blue screen shows up and says, your software has not been updated and you should click or call this particular number so that we can help you download and update. So he took a screenshot and sent it to me. Said, oh, is this genuine? I said, please, don't click. Shut down. Restart your machine. And don't go to that site again. So they are my business partners. I said, okay, then call the number you know. Tell them that their site has been compromised. They need to ensure that they secure their website. So these are some of the things. So if you don't know anybody to call, and he had clicked on that link, that would have been the end. They will ask him to send the payment details of the item he wanted to purchase genuinely from the people to those other malicious people, and he would have lost all that money. So let's be careful. Then we go to phishing attacks. Now, this is very important. This is where the WhatsApp messages that we have been getting, we click and they take over our phone. This is where it is. Phishing is when malicious emails or messages designed to trick people into falling for a scam. Like I said earlier, you have won 20,000 Ghana cedis. Have you partook in any competition? No. So why would you receive an email that you have won something and you'll be so happy to click on it and go and redeem your prize? And most of the people who fall victim, when they redeem, they will ask you, oh, you pay 1,500 cedis to me, and then I will send the item or the details of how you get the price into your inbox, and it's a lie. The moment you give them that 1,500, it's gone. You will not get it. So please, let's not succumb to people who will send us this. And normally when they are sending these mails, they create fear and panic. Sometimes they make it look like somebody is dying and you need to click on that link at all costs to make something happen. Please don't fall to it. Sometimes they send these kind of mails in the evening, knowing that you are a working person, you are tired, where you cannot properly scrutinize your mails. Oh, okay. Where you cannot scrutinize your mail very well, then they send those things to you. So you are tired, you are going through, so you are just clicking and all of that. Please, if we don't have the time or you are tired, take a rest. Don't be in a hurry to just click through your messages just to show to people that you have read them. No, it's your phone and you have control over it. So take your time and read everything well. Read. That is why we went to school. So let's read. Then we have the social engineering. Social engineering, these are sources that people, use our social media platforms such as TikTok, WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, and YouTube, Facebook. They send you messages through these media, and you click on them, and they take all the sensitive information about you. The advanced persistent threats, ATPs, those ones I would say mostly are not on our handheld devices. They are mostly found in our corporate environments. That is on our main servers. So sometimes we get people clicking stuff. They download those malicious codes onto their machine. It updates stuff on the server, and it sits there quietly, and it will be giving information to the people who sent it. You would also know that cleaners especially, they have access to sensitive areas in our offices. Somebody can just give them a USB drive that plug it into, I need to charge it. So can you just plug it into one of your network points for me? You do that, and then the code automatically runs on the network into the servers. It's hiding there. Anything you are doing on the machine is giving information to the bad people out there or the hackers. So please, let's be careful. As people who are also in the house of the Lord working, do I say unfortunately, we don't have attendance or any network points or things in our building. But there are other churches that, do have those stuff. So when you see some of those things, you should be able to report to your security people, and then they will take the right action. So let's move on. Next slide, please. Okay, so now we want to define what social media is. Okay, apart from what is written there, what else do we know as social media? Social media. Social media. Can anybody help me? As we understand it. Okay. So these are all digital technologies that we have, like the apps that I mentioned already, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram, and the rest, that help us to create instant information or content and share among ourselves instantly. So right now, as we are here, I can take a photograph of us and then we post it on our WhatsApp page, or we post it on our Telegram page, or we send it to a friend on Facebook. Now, at this point, I would want to say that we should be mindful of the amount of information we put out there. Most of us, when we travel, we go outside, we'll take pictures of where we have been with the family and everything, and then we'll display it on our status, or we'll update our Facebook page, telling people where we are at every point in time. At every point in time, you want to be showing off something. So can't you have a little bit of privacy to yourself? Must you show everything? Let's be mindful that whatever we put out there, even though you click delete on your device, I'm saying device because laptops and all of that are included, and you think you have deleted, you have not. You have not. You have only blocked. Okay, let me explain how deletion works. Deletion is just blocking out that section of the hard drive where you have written to, that you cannot access the information any longer. But this goes onto the internet. And please, may I ask, do we know where these servers are? The servers that we are containing. Okay, so a server is just a machine of hard disk that we store information on. Now, the ones we use, we say the internet-based ones are not sitting with us in our homes. They are all somewhere else we don't know. And we are all connected. This WhatsApp application, I don't know where it's hosted. And they have backup copies, several locations. So if you think that you have deleted on your device and therefore it's gone, my dear, it's not gone, it's there. The bad people, there's cybersecurity hackers, there's scammers, there's a place we call the dark web, where they mine this kind of information for money. It's hiding there. They have all the tools they can use to pick those information. So our young ladies, those who like to take some nude pictures, and no, I'm just sending it to my friend. You think it's between you and that person. Remember that it will first hop onto a server somewhere you don't know, and then from that machine, it will now get downloaded onto your friend's machine. And there can be interceptors along the way. They can pick your pictures. One time, maybe you want to become the president of Ghana, you will be there, and a nude picture of yours will be all over the space, and you cannot fulfill your ambition. So please, let's be careful the kind of things and the information we put out there. Please, shall we go to the next? But we know that social media has helped us a lot, especially during this pandemic, the COVID time period. We were having church services, we were having meetings. Some of us didn't go to work. We were working from home with all the tools that were provided for us. It is good for education. It brings people together, networking. I remember the first time when we were not coming to church as a group, and a few people will come and do the service down there. They will record it for us to watch. Then Royal Vessels, we were divided into subgroups. So it was really a long time since we saw each other. The first day we decided to have a Zoom meeting of all Royals. It was fun. We could turn on the videos. We saw ourselves in a long while. We were all happy. So it brings people together. Now, for promotional campaigns, businesses, there are some businesses that don't even have a physical shop or building at all. Everything they do is via social media. So I make some beautiful beads and I take pictures of it. I put them on my account. I push it into my Facebook account, into my Instagram. People will see it, they like it, they want it, and that is how you start using that also for business. So you can do promos, ask people to buy and get rewards and all of that. Your services can also be advertised. So these are good, areas where we use social media. Now it also draws attention to your products. So you can create websites where you display all of that and people can patronize. Now, in education, the young ones, How has social media helped you in your education? And this one, if you don't answer, I'll bring the mic to you. Yes, the students among us. Judith, how has social media helped you?
Has helped us in our long essay. Like if you want to research on certain topics, you go to this using Google. You get a lot of information from the social.
Thank you so much. Yes, we get a lot of information on Google and YouTube. These days, even if you don't know how to prepare a kind of food, you just type it there, and the video will come. Sweet Ajele, she will help you to cook jollof rice with pork chops and all of that. So you just turn it on, follow step by step, and by the time you are done watching, you've prepared your jollof and pork. So social media has helped us. And then it is a form of entertainment. Recently, I saw my son watching, it's a new released movie. When I came, I said, what are you doing? So, mommy, shh. I am watching with my friend. I said, but how can both of you be watching the same movie? So, oh, mommy, you don't know how to do these things. See, this is a new movie that has come. The friend is in the US, so he's logged on and shared his screen. So he is also connected here in Ghana, and both of them are seated and they are watching the movie together and discussing in the chat column. So you see how distance has just been breached and you people are having fun. Yeah. So social media is very good. Then the part I like best is for church activities, streaming live events. So if I'm not able to come for lab web, all what I do is I stay in my house and then I connect and I'm watching all of that you are doing here. So we thank God for social media. It's very, very good. And the other aspect of it is that once you stream, it is logged up there on the server. Anytime you can go back to it and play back. So that's an advantage we have. Can we move to the next slide, please? Now, we are getting almost close to home. The drawbacks of social media. So, as I said, fraudulent people, they create all manner of profiles to defraud others. They force you to share sensitive information about yourself or about people close to you that you don't want them to have. Then it distracts. If you are not somebody who is focused and has the willpower, you can spend all your day on social media, Facebook. You click on one reel, it moves to another reel, and somebody says hi here, you join, oh, a friend. Then by the time you see what you sought out to do, you are not even able to accomplish it. You keep following and following and following, and you spend the whole day just on social media. You will not read your books. And when it's time for exams, you will fail, poto, and you don't understand. So please, it is good, but it can also be a tool of distraction. Now, health concerns. I will not even say younger, because now we, the older ones, we do it. You can sit at one place for more than 2 hours. And what you are doing is watching, and you are doing this, and you are smiling. Then you take some, then you send. You will not get up and walk for 5 minutes. You know, we cannot sit for 2 good hours without exercising our feet. Circulation of blood to your legs are very, very important. So in every hour, what we do at our workplace, we call it mindful breaks. Every 5 minutes of an hour, you have to get up and go to a friend and say hi. If you don't want to use the washroom, or go and fetch water to drink, because some of us have water in our drawers, but we will still have to get up because You need that 5 minutes just to interact, exercise a little, stretch your legs, and it's good. So it's causing us to have obesity, and then we don't want to also exercise. Now the children, when you say let's go and play football or ampi, nobody wants to mind you because they have their gadgets and they are playing the games on the phone, sitting down. And one thing I want us to know, these things, there are radiations from it that affect our eyes. Some of us are wearing spectacles not because of anything. We spend most of our time, but it's part of work hazard. Mine is not for fun. Yeah, work hazard. So the rays affect your eye, and it can damage a lot of things. So please, let's be mindful. Try and get glasses. If you go to the eye clinic, those of you who don't have problems with your eyes yet, but you use devices a lot, when you go to the optometrist, they can give you one that has anti-glare and anti-reflexive substances in it that at least minimizes the damage of the rays on your eyes. Then privacy issues. This is where we come to. The two-factor or two-step verification that we asked almost everybody to do. And some people keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and they don't do it. This is where it comes. If you don't do it, you don't become secure. But if you do it and you are secured, the other aspect of it is you don't control what your friend posts about you. So you should be mindful of this and know what to share. Whatever you don't want to be in the public, don't share. Don't share it. If you don't want it to be out there, don't share it. Now, some people will say that we November borns, we are secretive, or we don't like to make noise about a lot of things we do. These are some of the reasons why we don't make too much noise, because we don't want people to have too many information about us. It's a key. Please, can we move to the next one? Now, when you are hacked, when your WhatsApp is hacked, what do you do? Okay. So we say do the two-step verification by going to settings on your phone. Please, do we have our phones? Can we go to settings on WhatsApp? I want to see those who have done the two-factor authentication. There is a 6-digit code that you will be asked to key. Now, people say that the 6-digit, they can't remember, so they don't want to do it. But if you don't do it and you belong to a group, you put that group in danger, because when you are hacked, even here in Ghana, when people are hacked, we don't see it serious, like they will just put some lottery stuff on it and cement and all of that. There are some that are really serious, that the person can take your image and really do damaging stuff about you, that at the end of the day, if you don't take time, it can even land you in jail, because now you know that social media is being monitored by the NIA people. So we should be careful that we don't, give out or lose guard for people to take over our account. It is not the best. Now, when it is taken, they will normally, if you have done the two-step verification, so we say that security is not complete if you, the individual, you are not personally conscious of what you do. Because you have done the 6 code all right, but the person can trick you and tell you that, oh, the church is updating their database and we need you to give us your code, or we are migrating to another WhatsApp group. We need your code to add you to that group. It's a lie. Nobody needs that code. By a link sent to you, you can join. You don't need to give anybody any code. They will tell you that, and then you too, you'll be like, oh, I'm in a hurry, I'm driving. So once they called me, then my code, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you give it out. And the next moment, you are not getting messages. Your friends are calling you. We are receiving all kind of messages from your account. you've been hacked and all of that, you don't know. So it is you yourself. That's social engineering. People causing you to divulge the information yourself. So you gave the code out yourself. So this is one thing we have to know. That 6 character code is not for you to share with anybody. If you have a call, a message that is asking you to give that code, tell the person you are a fraudster and that you won't give it. Me now, what I do is when they call, I put it on speaker. You talk. And then when you are tired, you go off. Then they'll be insulting you. You are foolish. Why did you pick my call and all of that? I didn't ask you to call my number. So I just put it on speaker. And then you say all that you want to say after your units are gone. You hang up. Now, another trick is voicemails. When they send the thing to you on WhatsApp and you don't pick it, they get into your SMS. You get there and you will see some link and all of that. Click. Please, just ignore. Don't click. 1, you didn't take part in any promo. You are not updating anything. If the church will update any information, they will tell you on the pulpit. We have a WhatsApp group where all the announcements are put. You will get it there. Don't let somebody call you and tell you that you need to update. If we need any announcements, it will be on our platform. Don't fall for their trick. Then they will also, okay, like I've said, the telco, like this MTN, the SIM card registration thing that happened. You know, a lot of people gave their Ghana card details to these scammers. But now you know that the Ghana card is linked to your account, your bank account. And that is what you use to transact every business. So please, that Ghana card, the number, keep it very well. Keep it close to your chest. Don't give it to anybody. Once you give that out, know that your whole life is out there. Please, can we? Okay. So when you start receiving calls from contacts that somebody is posting crazy messages about you, in your name and your number, know you have been hacked. When you no longer have access to WhatsApp, or you don't get notification of what is happening there, or you get a notification that your WhatsApp is active on another device, when you know that you haven't linked it to your laptop or you haven't linked it to your desktop, please know that you have been hacked. And if you belong to groups and the scammer sends messages to these groups, they can steal money from your colleagues because they will make the message look like you are sick, you cannot do anything, and you need money to go to the hospital or to buy food. Ghanaians, as kind as we are, we won't even call the person to find out, are you really sick? Is there something wrong with you? Oh, you just pat away. You transfer 200 Ghana, 300 Ghana, 400 Ghana. Can you imagine if you are in a group of about 50 and everybody sends 200 Ghana thinking that you are sick? That fraudster has amassed all that money. Yeah. Next slide, please. So when you are hacked, these are the steps you go through. You have to immediately delete your WhatsApp on your phone. Restart it. Download a new WhatsApp application. Do we have some people here who have been hacked before and they can share their experience with us? Yeah, please share with us.
So I was hacked last month. My Instagram account was hacked, and then the person was posting weird messages on my account. So my friend sent me a message that, are you the one who is posting these messages? So I went to check. I had logged on the day before, but I didn't use it in the evening. So the next morning when I saw the message, I was like, who is this person? So when I checked Instagram, you can check who logged in and the person's location. And it wasn't me, and it was a different device, a different person. They said the person is in Portugal. I said, I don't know anybody from that place. So I was wondering, then I had to uninstall Instagram, and then I had to now log in, change my password, everything. Yeah, so it's not a good experience. Yeah.
Thank you so much. This is a practical session, so she has ended everything for me. She uninstalled, like I said, downloaded again, then you do your privacy settings and make it a bit more tighter, and then we are there. You change your PIN. I hope you changed your PIN as well. So, in conclusion, we are saying that in our world today, we cannot live without social media. We therefore must ensure that we minimize our digital footprints. So I'll explain what we mean by digital footprints. Digital footprints are the various electronic or your presence on the internet, what you do every day. You leave pieces of information anywhere you go. Those are your footprints on the internet, and we have to be careful we minimize that. There is an exercise I wanted us to do. You can Google your name. When you open the Google app and you type your name, your full name, Mama Alice something, and then you search. From time to time, be doing that. You will see where and places where you have been that you left your details. It will show you all of those places. So please, let's be careful where we go and the kind of information we leave. And then we should also make sure that we install, our phones, updates come every now and then. They tell you update to this version. Please don't take it for granted. Most of those things are solving breaches in the software. When we say breaches or vulnerabilities, where people can easily, loopholes, where people can easily prey on you. So make sure that your phone is always updated with the most recent of the updates. Then some of us who use our phones a lot for smartphones for office work as well, ensure you install an antivirus. There are 1,001 of them on the net. You can search for some for phones. Install an antivirus on your phone. From time to time, it will even tell you the number of people who are trying to hack you. You see all those information. And we should try and have strong password. For the strong password, time is gone, so I will not be able to explain to you how you can make your password stronger. But it should be more than 8 characters. The longer the password, the better it is for you for a scammer to guess your password. And try not to use close people like names of your children, your husband, aunties, and close relatives. Don't use those. And when you are forming it, to try and add figures, special characters. That's what I'm saying. We will have another session where we will learn how to form strong passwords. And also make sure, what's the last point, please? Conclusion. Okay, have an antivirus installed. Make sure you have strong passwords and you will be safe. And please, let's monitor what our children do on the internet, even with your phone. Because they are using your phone and they are going to sites. You should know what sites they are visiting and what you are doing over there. It is very, very important. If they are using it for assignment, supervise the assignment. Don't leave them alone. Thank you very much for your time. Do we have any questions? All right.
Please, thank you for everything. There's one challenge I always have. Small time they will call you, I have sent you money through your account. Mostly, At times you feel like maybe the person is saying true because I don't know. Maybe I'm doing business. People are sending me money. But at times you feel like they are scammers, all right. But at times you feel like maybe the person is honest, but we don't normally check. So I want to, before someone will send, but I realize that it's every time, so I don't.
Thank you very much. This is common. Sometimes the telcos, I don't know what they do. The moment you do Momo transaction 2 or 3 times, the next time you are getting a call on your phone that I have sent you some X amount of money to buy, that's what is happening to you. It's a lie. There's a code. Is it *315? I will get it for MTN, where you can report those fraudsters to MTN and they will investigate and have their numbers blocked. It's fraudulent. But because you are doing business, I'm sure when the person is going to pay you, he or she would have called with a particular number that I'm going to be sending you Momo, and will tell you the name. For me, if I want to send you Momo, I will ask you what name will display when I'm doing the transaction. So I write that name down. So if anybody calls me apart from that particular name, I know it's a scam. I've also experienced it. The moment you do Momo transaction over a certain amount of money, the next time you are getting a call that mistakenly something has been sent to you, report it to MTN. If it is true, there is a channel for reporting it. You call MTN that I have mistakenly sent an amount of money to this. MTN will do the process. They will call you with their special number. I think 024, is this 6 and some zeros at the back. They will call you with that number and tell you to approve the transaction, but not any other person giving you a call apart from that MTN number. I'll look for the number and I'll share on our platform. Thank you so much.
Auntie, please, you said that the hackers can access the phones and other gadgets through, saying that you have won the lottery or if you have won a promo. Auntie, what if you actually participated in the lottery or the promo?
So if you actually participated in the lottery, they will give you genuine numbers and email addresses that you submit your documents through. And they will give you, is it an RM or a personal, somebody that you can always communicate with. And like I told you, the email address that you have been given, you will see that the ones that are fraudulent try to mimic the correct one. So you have to open your eyes wide and be sure that you are getting the correct, email address so that you don't fall prey to them, especially when you are applying for scholarships and those things. The fraudsters can come through that. So if you know that you are doing something genuine, they will give you all the guidance that you have to follow. Am I clear? Thank you.
Thank you. Please, on WhatsApp, sometimes you have a message and they will say share with so many people so that you get some blessing or some benefit. Can these be sources of attack? Yeah, when you get a message, for instance, about it's evangelism, they will say, after reading it, share with so many people, and in 24 hours, you get some miracle. So can these be sources of attack?
Okay, that is what we call spamming. Spamming. Some people do that a lot. How can I share a message with 25 people and I'll be blessed? Already you know that you are a child of God. You pray to God every time and he blesses you, he heals you and all of that. I don't need to share your message for me to receive blessings. So for me, when I see those things, I delete them. It's not that I'm not Christian. Oh. I don't need it. I've come to the house of God. I've heard the word of God from my pastor. I don't need somebody's share 25 before I get a miracle. No. And those ones, we call it spamming. We do it a lot on our WhatsApp pages. You will see that some of us, we don't comment on WhatsApp pages. Anything that you find somewhere, without scrutinizing it, you drop it. Anything you find, you drop it. But you know that this is a Christian platform where we are supposed to keep the place sacred. We need to hear the word of God being shared there. We need to encourage each other. And you, there, anything that you are finding somewhere, you are dropping it on us. Anything you go and find, you drop it on us. That is also called spamming. And it can easily fill up your space on your phone. Most of us, we don't have enough space. So you see that somebody will come and say, my WhatsApp is not dropping any longer. You check, he has only about 2 megabytes more. This phone can crash any moment. So please, those things, don't share. When they come, they are all part of this. That is spam. It's not scam, that's spamming. So you just delete them and you clear your phone. Any question? Do you want to ask a question? Okay. So she's there, and you are the last.
How do we get the antivirus?
So to download the antivirus on your phone, you go to Google Play Store or the iPhone people, where do you go? App Store. And then you just type antivirus for phone. You get a lot. You get high security. You get, what are some of the antiviruses we have? A lot of them will come. Then you just download one. They are all good. Once it's an antivirus, it's good. It will help you protect your phone. It will ask you from time to time to scan your phone. It will clear all the malwares, all the adwares. You know the adwares, the advertisement patches that they push on our. It will clear all of those things for you, and you will stay safe. So, App Store or Google Play Store, you can download a good antivirus from there. Thank you, dear.
Thank you so much, Sister Kofa, for your presentation. I think it's a very informative presentation for all of us. I have 2 questions. One is, I applied for a green card about over 10 years ago. And, you know, with these applications, you tend to ignore. But I think this year, I've had a lot of emails coming onto my Yahoo telling me that I qualified because my country is approved to acquire this lottery. But I have ignored because I'm not sure of the people who are communicating to me. That is one question. I don't know how to deal with it, but every day almost I get an email. And then the other question is about our children. I think our focus should be on our children. Much as we have an eye on what they are doing, we cannot be with them 24 hours. So I'm just wondering if there's a modality of how to protect these children. We can't keep them away from the social media. My children, for example, spend almost 40% of their time on the computer because they have classes over the weekend, over the weekday. So I'm just wondering, from your experience, if there's a modality of protecting these children. And again, such a presentation would be good for them because we are preparing them for the future. For us, we know how to protect ourselves somehow, but the children are more at risk. So if you can have such a presentation for the children, it would be of a great benefit for us and for the country as a whole. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your question. I will start from the last one to the first. Okay, the children. Okay, so somebody invited me to their school, I think Career Day, and the task I had was to deal with the children, how they can stay safe on the internet. And it was so revealing, they themselves telling me the kind of things they do with the laptops that mommy or daddy has given to them. So there are some safe sites that they can go to. There are some software that you can purchase and install on their PC that will restrict them access to adult sites. Even though we can, risk is not something that we can totally manage, but we can minimize it. So with such software installed on their machines can help regulate the sites that they go to. But I've had sessions with younger ones. Maybe one of these days we'll go to the Sunday school and request for an hour or 30 minutes of their time, and then we can take them through. It's very, very important. Thank you so much for the question. Then back to your green card application. I'm sure the forms that you completed first, that 10 years ago, there were some email addresses and contacts that you were supposed to have. So if you can please go back to those contacts, then you can follow up with them whether they are really the ones sending you the mails you are getting now. But as a first step, when you go home, try and pick the email addresses that are sending you the messages and compare with what you had done 10 years ago to see if it's the same. Like I was saying, sometimes it will just be a dot or a comma or something very small that you might not notice, but that it's in the email address. For example, my name is akofa.kerry-tete. I can create another one, akofa.kerry-tete. I take off the hyphen, but because you know me, that I have a hyphenated name, the initial thing when you are reading, you assume the dash is there. But when you take a critical look, you realize that it's not the same email address, and then you just ignore it. So please, when you go home, try and do that comparison. Thank you so much for your time.
I think we can do better for her. This is very enlightening. And I believe if it was a private place that she did this presentation, she would have received a lot of dollars. So please, let's do it better for her. And what do we say to her? I believe we can say God bless you to her. Amen. Please,